It was close to Halloween at my university. 2 days away, students dressed up in many different outfits. I was a cat with red eyes. Anyways, I just had an anxiety attack due to a blow up fight with someone, and I was in my room having a complete meltdown. As he left, I broke a lot of glass dishes on the kitchen floor of my apartment. After the meltdown, I had a huge migraine. I had never had such a headache that incapacitates someone with feelings of vomiting. I loved Halloween. It had a type of disdain not even I wanted to watch something creepy. So I found the Netflix movie Jane Doe. As I pressed play, warning, I should have known that it would trigger my younger years in high school. In high school, I wasn't a popular kid, but everybody knew me somehow. I was in some groups debating nerds, track, cheer, color guard, volleyball, soccer, anime group, you name it. I was involved. Geico with no real friend groups. One of my extra activities was track. Practice makes me feel like they say. So many days after school, I would make cross country runs in my neighborhood. It was an okay place, but nothing special, with crime like any other place. During my evening runs, I would pass many houses decorated for Halloween, but none could match the flag house on Arrow Street. The house on Arrow Street overdid their with real life casket skeletons, suicide, and bloody gone. The neighbors next to the flag house had no idea who lived there, along with my one attempt to try to talk to one of the neighbors was a fail at best. They too don't know who lived next to them. I had a feeling they were uncomfortable as the conversation was short with a door slam to the face. As a teenager who was confused, had an overwhelming sensation that the flag house was on a level of good vibes per se. I picked the running path alongside the flag house. It was catty corner to my house. The distance was a little too close for comfort. Halloween night, after I had gotten back from running, I did my normal routine of getting ready for sleep. After finishing finals, I had left my shades open of my window to let the moonlight in, tossing and turning, unable to completely go to sleep. So I stared at my white ceiling for a couple of minutes. I realized that the moonlight had a reflection of an old shadow that wasn't mine on the wall. I had a good idea. My bed was underneath the window corner. I quickly lifted myself upright with my wild curls, you would call hair. I turned my head slightly backwards towards the open shade to see outside. There was a 6 foot tall clown standing at my window. On Halloween night, I was pissed, so I didn't have time for BS people pulling pranks, so I tried to demand it leave before I call someone furious. I ran toward the front of the house. As my brother chased after me, I heard me, but the clown had already cleared more than half a block, no chance of catching up to him. My brother had finally come up to me, running outside in the Halloween streets. We went back inside our house. Parents weren't there, so I went to my brother's room. Later on, in my desk around 3 a.m., I got up. I didn't realize my brother had forgotten to close his blinds, so I looked outside, and there it was again, mocking me outside the window. Jane Doe, Netflix movie. Had abruptly woken up, not realizing I'd fallen asleep halfway through Jane Doe, the part where they find out all the piece of her hair. It was 12 a.m., which I watched a little bit then. Went back to sleep. I will tell you that the nightmares are real, just like other creepy things that happen. I was at some church, assumingly I had gotten locked in a bathroom during a really bad storm. The light had been flickering, finally blacking out. I panicked, being walked in the bathroom. I screamed for help in total darkness, knowing there was no help. The darkness got extremely cold, feeling in freezing temperatures against my skin. I heard horses clip clop back as I still yelled, frantically trying to open the door. I suddenly heard people mumble under their breath. I finally busted the wet wooden door bathroom open, finally free. What did I just walk up to? I was unprepared as I was an old English bonnet and house wagons on a cobble road and an old England group of people surrounding me as they looked medieval in their attire. A tired blonde girl pointed at me with rotten black teeth and with an accent, "Look at the witch," as she wears underneath her clothes. I pleaded with them. I was not a witch, which they were unmoved as I stood in my modern clothes. I had ran my life across the cobblestones with the brown ginger hair curls swaying rapidly with every step. The mad mob ran after me, knew I was outnumbered as they forcibly hung me as the tree with the rope. I watched my own body gag, burn, rape me, and die in front of me. Netflix initially woke me up, almost in sleep paralysis, not being able to move or breathe. I was able to eventually calm down as I looked at the movie I was watching. Netflix had said I'd been watching Blair Witch Project. Netflix never showed me I had started the Jane Doe movie. I didn't sleep at all that Halloween night. The next day was November 1st. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe.